Looks like Jeremy Clarkson's fans are falling around him after his controversial Meghan Markle column. Over 20,000 signatures have been received on a petition for him to remain on his ITV show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Despite the backlash, a free speech union petition has been created to keep him on the program. The petition states that if people make mistakes and apologize, they should be given the benefit of the doubt and not have their livelihoods destroyed. It also points out that Clarkson has already paid a price for his remarks, and losing his main source of income would be a punishment that's disproportionate to the crime. Meanwhile, bookmaker William Hill has Harry Potter star Warwick Davis as a front-runner to take over from Clarkson with odds of 8 firsts. But as the saying goes, when life gives you lemons, make lemon-flavored Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It remains to be seen what will happen with Clarkson's future on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But one thing is for sure, his fans are not ready to say goodbye to him just yet. They're fighting for him to stay on the show, and it's clear that they're not afraid to speak up and make their voices heard. Meanwhile, Clarkson has apologized for his controversial column and has taken responsibility for his actions. Whether or not ITV will take this into consideration when making their decision remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, the pressure is on for them to make a decision that will please both Clarkson's fans and those who were offended by his words. It will be interesting to see how ITV handles the situation with Clarkson, as they have to consider both the opinions of the fans who want him to stay and those who were offended by his words. Some might argue that his apology and the fact that he has paid a price for his actions should be taken into consideration. On the other hand, others might argue that the statements he made were disrespectful and that he should not be given a platform on a major television network. Whatever the outcome, it's clear that Clarkson has a dedicated fan base that will continue to support him, whether he stays on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or not. And as they say, when Jeremy Clarkson gets knocked down, he gets back up again and Millionaire hosts a show. It's important to note that Clarkson's future on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is ultimately up to ITV, and they will have to weigh the various factors and opinions before making a decision. While the petition and support from his fans may play a role, it ultimately comes down to what the network feels is best for their brand and audience. It's also worth considering the wider context of cancel culture and the debate around forgiveness and second chances. In today's fast-paced news cycle and social media landscape, it's easy for individuals to be swiftly condemned for their actions and for calls for their removal from public life to grow quickly. However, it's important to consider whether the punishment fits the crime and whether there should be room for forgiveness and redemption. All in all, it will be a difficult decision for ITV to make, and one that will likely be met with mixed reactions, whichever way they choose to go. But as they say, when in doubt, ask the audience and let the public decide.